Bonjour everyone, in today's video I'll be showing you how to hand sew a hemline on a stretchy fabric using the blind hem stitch, or how to hand sew a blind hem stitch on a stretchy fabric. So I will be folding my fabric over like so, and I will then be flipping it. So I'm folding my fabric over twice and then flip it and put it over my finger. So I'll have my fabric the same way I would if I were to do a blind hem stitch on a sewing machine. But you do not have to fold yours over twice. You can leave yours with the raw edge like this. Just fold it once and then flip it and then position it over your finger. That's how I like to sew, at least position mine over my finger. But you will have it the same way you would if you were to do a blind hem stitch on a sewing machine, just like this. And so I'm folding mine. I will have a piece that I did with the raw edge so you can see the difference at the end of the video. So mine is folded and I'm ready to pin my fabric. You want to make sure everything is even as you pin and make sure your hem is even, and you make sure that happens as you pin. I guess you can use a straight line, or you can draw a line to make sure that's the case, but I find that it's easy to do with the pin, so I just do it with the pins. And so I've put my fabric over my finger after I'm done pinning, and I'm ready to sew with my needle threaded with a knot this time. So I'm just catching just a bit of the fabric that is on top. It will get focused in a bit, but I'm just catching a bit of the top layer and go through the second layers, the bottom layers. And so that's my starting stitch I'm doing, and it's vertical because I'm doing the zigzag stitch, and I'm doing the half back stitch method for this. If you have not seen my video on zigzag stitches with different methods, I will link it in the description box for you to check out. So look out for that. But this is my starting stitch. And I'm using the half back stitch because it's easy enough, it's fast, it works, it lasts. So why not? And I'm just going to do the same thing over and over again. Just do vertical stitches, go over it twice, and that's it. That's all there is to it. All the way throughout, that's what I'm doing. Catching a bit of the fabric as I do so, just a tiny piece. And so that's pretty much what you will see me do all the way throughout this video. Catch just a bit of the top layer that's folded and go through it and then go over it again. And I say you don't have to go through that piece that you cut from the top layers, but I do. I find that it makes it more secure for me, and it is a blind hem stitch, so it doesn't make a big difference on the right side. So you will see what that ends up looking like. But I will just let you watch from here on because it is the same thing over and over again. So I will see you at the end of the row where we do the ending stitch. Here I am at the end of the row, and I just go over that stitch one last time after having gone over it twice, and I go over it one last time and tie it twice. That's how I end my stitch, just like I did in the zigzag video. And this is done. I just cut my thread and that's done. This is what it's looking like. This is the back of my work. That is the half back stitch. That's what you would get, and it stretches fully, so that works. That's the right side of the fabric. That's what you would end up looking like. That's what you would end up getting on the right side of the fabric. If you do use matching thread, of course, that's when you would get the blind hem stitch effect. So make sure you use matching thread when you are working on your project so that it can look the way it's supposed to look. But you have full stretch with this stitch. I do have a few other stitches on stretchy fabric for hemlines, so stay tuned for that. But I find that this is the stretchiest one, in my opinion, the blind hem stitch one. This is after ironing it. This is the one with the folded edge where I folded twice. That's what it's looking like after ironing it. It looks flat. It looks quite flat, but it's really not. This is the flattest one. That is the raw edge one, the one I did not fold over twice. Just fold it over once and flipped it. This is what it's looking like. It's very flat after ironing it. I guess smooth. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but that's what it's looking like. So definitely use matching thread to make sure your work looks the way it's supposed to look. And yeah, as you can see, the one with the double fold has some bulk underneath, but honestly, I like that. It just makes it solid. And this is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for my upcoming videos on more hemline sewing. So I will see you next time. Bye.